What's up, everyone? Heading out bright and early, 7 o'clock. I mean, I guess that's kind of early. I did stay up all night playing PS4 and just kind of straightening around the game room. I haven't really done this all-nighter thing for a while. I've picked up a few things this week already, which I'll show later in the video. So I'm not like, necessarily in dire need to go out and have to find stuff at the garage sales. But of course, I don't want to miss a really nice weather day, though. In fact, it's a little bit chilly. It's like 72 degrees, guys. That's freezing for Florida. So anyways, I'm going to stop talking and head out. No joke, the second sale I went to, passing it right now, I just got a nice little Super Nintendo lot. I'm going to pull over up here real quick and show you. I swear to God, I've been to this house at least 2 other times over the past couple years for garage sales, and I thought the people were moving, and I didn't really recognize those ladies, but I want to say I've been to that house before. But for 20 bucks, I got a Super Nintendo with 2 controllers, hookup cables, and the games are Simpsons Bart's Nightmare, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Super Mario World, and Super Mario All-Stars. So yeah, 20 bucks. They're not in the best shape. I mean, they are a little dirty, but the labels are all actually fairly good on them, so maybe just swapping out the backs obviously will take care of that issue. But this, I was going to save the other pickups for later in the video, but I'll just mention now that this has been a Super Nintendo week. That is, I guess, technically the 3rd Super Nintendo related pickup that I've had. I'll still show you that stuff later on, but that was a great way to start the day. The first sale I went to actually was someone I know. He used to shop like when I used to work at a clothing store, when I was like in my early 20s, late teens. He used to come in there. Actually, he came into the game store I work at a few times, but I haven't seen him in a long time. He now, I guess, runs like LAN rooms at local conventions, where you can go in and play video games. So he wasn't selling any of his stuff, and he said if he ever does, he's just going to put it on eBay. And I was like, oh, okay, and he gave me his eBay name, username. I was like, oh, that's great. But either way, second sale, score. Kind of interrupted her setting up, but in one of her boxes for 3 bucks, I just picked up the Sonic Ultimate Genesis collection, complete, in nice shape. She said she thought she might have a couple other games somewhere, but she has no idea, and it's going to take her a while to actually set up, so I figured I'd go to other garage sales and then maybe swing back by, but she didn't sound like she was going to have a huge amount of games hiding somewhere. One sale I was trying to find, the one that was posted online that was supposed to have video game stuff like PlayStation. It said PlayStation games with like an Xbox and Wii. I think it said like Dance Dance Revolution or something. I couldn't find the damn house. I don't know if they canceled their sale, they just put up signs, or if it was a fake sale. That would have been a really lame fake sale. Xbox system for sale and Dance Dance Revolution. Yay. But yeah, I could not find that place, so now the sun is out and in my eyes, and I'm glad that the Super Nintendo thing, awesome. That was a great start, but now the last hour and a half has been absolutely pretty crappy. I just bought 2 games from this cool little garage sale. I think it's 2 different people. You can see there and there. There's actually a bunch of comic books up where those guys are standing. And he had a signed photo, a topless photo of Betty Page hanging ornaments on a Christmas tree from like the 4th Playboy ever or something like that, and had like a certificate. I just liked her boobs, but I bought 2 games. I bought the limited edition Halo 2 on Xbox and the Grand Theft Auto Rockstar Double Pack on Xbox. I bought it, they were 5 bucks each. That's a little much, but he gave me a free game. It's a copy from Gamefly that he said one of his old roommates had got and never returned it, of Resistance 3. So that was kind of cool. I mean, that was nice of him to give it to me and, not charge me $1 or anything for it. But yeah, I figured, $5 a piece. They're both, like, complete and in pretty decent shape. I mean, the cases have a little bit of wear to them. But, I guess I bought them because they were shiny. I don't get too many requests for Xbox games, but maybe because they're the shiny limited edition, people, will want them. This little garage sale had a pretty good score at it. The woman over there, her husband, just sold me for 20 bucks an odd lot of stuff. We have The Fantastic Adventures of Dizzy, Warhawk, Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers, Gremlins 2, Mario 2, Mario 3, R-Type Final, Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance, and Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2. 20 bucks for all of that. He had a few other games that I didn't pick out, a few like sports titles and stuff, but she had to call him and have him come over here. They live about 5 minutes away. But she says, we have a bunch of that stuff in our garage, so I'll just have him come over. So that was pretty damn cool. I only had to wait like 10 minutes. Quick and easy. Interesting stack of games. Oh, and I forgot to mention I also bought 2 large Sterilite containers for $1 each. They're normally like $7, $6, something like that at Walmart. And I can always use more of those for storage of random shit. Just wouldn't be a garage sale day if I did not get a Nintendo handheld of some sort. I got a bronze DSi XL, a little scratched up on the back, but screens are nice. That and a stack of nice games, like 5 or 6 games that all fell on the floor right as I pulled away from the garage sale. The sale's back there where that white car is, and there's some mattresses on the ground or something. 25 bucks. They originally wanted $30. Talked them down $5 on it. I would have bought just the system. It came with a charger too. I would have bought just the system and the charger for $25, let alone the very nice games I got with it. All loose, but I'll show you those when I get back to my house. I'm almost already back to my house. I'm sort of done, I guess, for the day. So yeah, I'll show you everything when I get home. I cannot do the stay up all night and then try to actually do something the next day anymore. I slept till like 5 today. I feel like crap, and now I have to go to the flea market bright and early in the morning and be there all day. That should be fun. When I was a kid, you know, it was so exciting to stay up all night and then maybe sleep like 2 hours the next day and be totally fine. Now that I'm like 30, my body, I guess, cannot handle it. So no more of that. Watch, I'll probably still do it, but either way. First, I want to say, as always, please thumbs up the video. I don't say enough that I really appreciate it. If it wasn't for, you know, the audience of any channel leaving comments and giving thumbs up, then no one else would learn about it. It would just be the video going up and the same amount of people watching it, and it would never spread. So you guys are what keep spreading the disease of my channel. So thank you very much for giving thumbs up. It is my #1 request and my #1 thank you to you guys. Now the things that I got that I haven't showed you, that little stack of DS games that fell on the floor of my car, those are Kingdom Hearts 358/2 and Kingdom Hearts Recoded, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Blue Rescue Team, Pokemon Diamond, we got Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Echoes of Time. Really barely ever come across the Final Fantasy games on the DS at garage sales. Final Fantasy 3, and then always happy to find this, especially because for the longest time I was not finding this game or its counterpart, Pokemon Heart Gold. Found a couple of these now in the last month or so. Found like 3 copies of Soul Silver, so that's awesome. Like I mentioned before, this is like used for $50 at GameStop, so to get all those games and that DSi XL for 25 bucks was good. Now they had other games for the DS, but it was like Guitar Hero with the little finger thing, like a babysitting game, a SpongeBob game. There's a few other ones. I pushed those to the side and talked my price down to 25 bucks, so I didn't even want those in the first place, but I think that's what she decided on. Oh, you're not going to take these? Okay, then we'll drop the price. So that worked for me because I didn't want them. That stack of Nintendo titles and the 2 unlicensed games, which that The Fantastic Adventures of Dizzy, I've never had a copy before in my possession. We got those 3 PS titles that were with those Nintendo games. That whole story also, I didn't go into much detail because I was sitting out in front of their house, but when he went home, he also apparently has like an N64, and he had like a Super Nintendo, and he had a couple other things, I think an Atari system, and he wasn't interested in selling all that stuff, so he just brought the things that he, you know, wanted to bring. But I kind of wish he would have brought the other stuff, because I think I maybe would have been able to convince him out of like a game or two. especially, you know, seeing as the quality of stuff. He had, like I said, he had some other PS2 titles he brought that I didn't get, and he had a few more Nintendo games that I didn't get. That was still a good find. Then we got those two collector's editions. Brain fart. 2 Xbox collector's edition games. And we have that copy of Sonic. I think I'm almost done with the shit you've already seen. Okay, I believe for the most part that's everything you've seen. Oh, and then that Super Nintendo lot, which is down in that box. I already showed that in the fucking video. Okay, so now some things I got earlier in the week. One little pickup came from Jabroni from the Video Game Sellers episodes out at the flea market. He had a few things he was going to sell. He contacted me, and I said, hey, you know, I'd be interested in these few items. And those were a complete copy of the first and second Final Fantasies on the PS2, both in really nice shape. And then a red, I think this was Crimson Red, I can't remember, but the red DS Lite in very nice condition, and this had the charger as well. Then I'll present this with a clip. Earlier in the week, I posted a picture on the Facebook page of some box Super Nintendo games that I got, which first I will just show you that clip. I just had a really cool surprise find. I was on my way home from paying my phone bill, and I occasionally drop by the Salvation Army store. I've never really found much here besides a couple like PS2 games and Xbox games, but I happened to see something really odd on the shelf in like the movie section, and it was a copy of Donkey Kong Country on the Super Nintendo in the box. Price on this one was $2.99. Fantastic shape. Doesn't have a manual. Nothing here that I show you will have a manual. But right after that, I'm like, okay, well, if there's one, then maybe there's another. And the next one I found was Super Mario All-Stars. This one was only $1.99. Again, these boxes are absolutely amazing. This one has a little bit of a ding in the bottom corner right there, but Donkey Kong Country 2, that one was $2.99. And the last one I found for $3.99, the most expensive, Super Mario Kart, and this box is like damn near perfect. So, what the hell? That was such a weird find. Apparently, they actually had a Sega Genesis in the box with a couple games that someone came and already bought like an hour ago. But I'm actually probably a little more happy that I got the Super Nintendo games, even without manuals. But just to prove it to you, there's the receipt. You can see the prices on all of them. Salvation Army, crazy. I don't know if I would believe it if someone said, oh yeah, I got a bunch of box Super Nintendo games without the receipt. So I made sure, like, I left the store and I was like, oh shit, he didn't give me a receipt, so I went back and grabbed it. The weirder thing is, I met a guy in there who he had picked up an Atari Flashback with the box, and it was like marked at 15 bucks, and he asked like what I had, and I had said, yeah, I don't know, a Flashback for $15, it's not like that great of a deal. It's cool, I guess it has the box, but he says, yeah, well, I actually get half off because it's senior day. And I was like, oh, really? That's awesome. Yeah, so $7 and change or whatever, that's a good price. And I kind of joked and said, hey, maybe you can give me half off on my stuff. And that's when he asked like what I had. And then he says, well, yeah, actually, I have a couple Nintendos and a couple Super Nintendos, probably about 60 games total. So then I was sort of like, maybe I don't trust giving these games to this guy and having him, you know, technically go buy them, and maybe I don't get him back. But I did get his phone number because I asked him would he be interested in maybe selling some of his stuff. So he said give him a call in a couple hours and maybe we can meet up. He doesn't live too far away from here, so I might have just made another cool Super Nintendo NES possible hookup. Who knows? We'll see. And here they all are, minus the Super Mario All-Stars. That is already gone. But Donkey Kong Country 2, and the first one, and Super Mario Kart. Now, the cool thing is, I actually had manuals, extra manuals for Mario Kart, the first Donkey Kong, for the Mario All-Stars. I did not have a manual, unfortunately, for Donkey Kong 2, though. But 3 out of the 4 was pretty bizarre that I actually had those. I still have a few, like, leftover SNES manuals, but the guy on the last episode of Video Game Sellers bought all of my original NES ones. Now, the that little clip from the Salvation Army, I went to the older gentleman's house, and it was the day after, and his house, first of all, was a massive amount of NASCAR shit. I've never seen more collectible stuff for racing. Just room after room. I think he had 3 rooms that were almost completely dedicated to it. And then he had like 2 rooms that were just sort of random. I say junk, but it wasn't junk. It was collectible stuff. And I could definitely tell this guy goes to the thrift stores and pawn shops and just buys random things he thinks are cool. And, you know, basically lays them in his house. I don't think he ever really does anything. But he had an original Nintendo, which I did not get because he said it wasn't really working. One of the cables was also cut or chewed on it. But he also had Rob the Robot, and I was interested in that. And when I wanted to buy that, he said, you know what, actually I have the box for the whole set, the Rob the Robot and the Nintendo, but it's in the shed, and he wouldn't let me go into the shed. He said maybe at another time. So I really want that boxed Rob the Robot set. But the highlight, I'll start with the highlight. You know, no one ever starts with the best item. What I did get from him, though, was a boxed Super Nintendo. As you can see, there is some sun fading on it, but the box is in great condition. I mean, there are no major rips or holes. It has, you know, slight edge wear to it and a few little dents, but overall, very nice shape. And I do not have a boxed Super Nintendo in my collection because I've never really been a system collector. I've always been more about the games. But if I ever come across a box system like that, like an older one, then I normally keep it. I have my original Nintendo from when I was a kid still in the box. I have an N64 now, so I'm going to keep this box Super Nintendo. And I actually put my Super Nintendo in that box. This was the one that was originally in there, but as you can see, it had discoloration to the bottom half. Overall, though, in very nice condition. But I decided to put my, you know, nice one in there and keep it. But it's like 98% complete. It's missing the paperwork, but Mario World's in there, everything else. Now, the games I got from him, I got a nice little tray of games. There's this Wendy's Kids Meal Mario Kart little thing that was in there that you turn the little dial and the carts race around. I'll probably give that to Aaron in some fashion. And then the games I got, there were about half good and half kind of crap, but it didn't really matter. He had 2 Super Nintendos. He kept a few games he wanted to keep. He had Super Mario All-Stars with Mario World. He wanted to hang on to that, and there was a few other ones. He had some racing games. Big surprise that he wanted to hang on to. But in this box, I'll take out the good stiff. In this box, there's like Super RBI Baseball, ESPN, Speed World, Pit Fighter, Home Alone, Batman Forever, Radical Psycho Machine Racing, Super NES, Super Scope 6, Super Smash TV, SimCity, and Clue. So those are all there. And then all the good stuff was Star Fox. We have Link to the Past. We got Mario Kart. I want to keep these plastic cases. We have Super Troll Island, which actually that should really be in the not so great. But if you like trolls, hey, you can play as, you know, like the trolls with the long hair, little dolls as a kid. Mortal Kombat 3. We got Yoshi's Cookie. Then the best ones, I guess, are Illusion of Gaia, Turtles in Time, which is Turtles 4, and Secret of Mana. And then I am keeping 3 games out of that lot that I did not have, which are the Peacekeepers. We got Plock and Battletoads and Battle Maniacs. And then the only other thing that I got from him was a complete slim silver PS2, and actually the silver controller is up on a shelf over there. I'm not keeping the system, but the silver controller was in such nice shape, and I'm kind of having this thing right now for like colored controllers of any different system, so I'm going to hang on to that one. But that was great. You want to know how much I paid for all of that? It basically was $1.95 an item. Yeah. So I didn't really, you know, I would never have really bought any of these for the most part for even $2, because honestly they're games that I sell for like $3, 4 at max. So I probably wouldn't have bought those. But for $1.95 technically for all those other games, and that includes $1.95 basically for the system, because that's just how the price worked out for it all, and for that PS2. Like I said, he had other game stuff there, but he really wasn't looking to part with it, and I really hope we can figure out something with that box Rob the Robot set. He said, isn't it like China's buying up all the original NESs for like $1,000 a piece? And I was like, no. I'm like, I hope that's not what you're going to ask for the, boxed Nintendo, but who knows. That'll be a find or something for the future. That is it in the sense of pickups this week, but I did get something in the mail today that is pretty epic. It is a trade that I did with someone that contacted me, and we made a deal basically. He wants to buy a PS3. I don't have any PS3s currently for trade or sale, but basically I'm going to give him a gift card where he can just buy a pre-owned PS3 wherever he wants. And he gave me a complete box copy of, I want to say this is the last rare Atlas game that I need. When I say rare, like over the $100 mark. And it is Crusader of Sinti. And this is as it says right on the box, an action RPG. It's sort of in like the style of Zelda, but you actually get like animal creatures to help you out. The condition of the box is very nice. The cart had some rental stickers on it, but I was able to get them off without doing damage to it. And the manual's in great shape, so very happy to have this. My Atlas collection grows closer to being complete. And that's it, guys. I think that's it. Thank you very much. I am loopy right now. I need to go to sleep. I gotta edit this. I'll do it in the reverse order. I'll edit, then go to sleep. But thank you all for watching again. Thumbs up. Leave a comment of what you found this weekend at sales, thrift stores, flea market, whatever. And stay tuned for a new episode of Video Game Sellers coming your way this Wednesday. So talk to you later. Peace.